Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashem Havashai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers, the Akim, that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so. To the confusion of faith brothers that are joined unto our ranks. The hopefully elect, the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of GMS here in Chicago. And I'm profiling a video of two of the brothers in my camp. The elder Kapataza, who's been with the camp damn near from the beginning. And then the brother Jeremiah, the mighty man. I do truly believe that this brother was one of King David's mighty men. He is mighty in the spirit. These brothers are both mighty in the spirit, man. This is this video was very powerful and on point. And that's what made me decide to do a commentary to skillfully add to already great work. So without any further ado, let's let these brothers do what they do. And I'm going to stop the video and add precepts of my own to the precepts that they brought out.
Call halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom and salutation to the hopeful elect. The Akim out there spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth. All right, presenting their bodies as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures do say. All right, following the example of the elders and the apostles, the trailblazers and the leaders of all Israel, whether you can receive that or not. It's the brother Jeremiah from the Great Millstone Chicago camp.
I gotta stop it right there. And the first time I really even paid attention, the video is at 14 minutes 42 seconds. So you got 144 right there. That's a very spiritual and powerful number. We all hoping to be a part of that number. The men that do this work in truth and sincerity. Not only in GMS, but their brothers in other camps as well who are pushing to do this work. And we're all fighting, those who are doing this work truthfully, and sincerely, trying to be a part of that number of the 144,000. If you don't know anything about that, you can read it in the 7th chapter of the book of Revelation. All right, that's your new government that's going to be set up on earth. The judges of the earth is going to judge and rule over all the earth. And FYI, Dan is not included in that number. So.
Yeah, basically. Go ahead.
Hey, we in the transition. All right, we are in the transition. The thing that gives Esau nightmares. The day he saw coming, but he didn't want to believe it. But it's happening, man. The sons of God are waking up. And the saints are taking the kingdom, man.
Hey, that's wicked ass nigga Dr. Dre had a song about it back on that first album, the Chronic album. It was a song called "The Day Niggas Took Over." All right, and it's ironic in that song because that was Jake rising up, man. But they was put to sleep. But he said something spiritual in that song. He said,
And I understood what he meant by that if you didn't, when he said that was Jake rising up. That was just the consciousness of the system of wickedness that was oppressing Jake. And even though NWA was wicked as hell, they were being a voice to the oppression which was going on in where they lived and in the places that were like where they lived. But then they were also doing it for profit. It wasn't just them trying to be a voice. And then, of course, Esau exploited it and looked at it a way to make money off of it and just further degrade and destroy the minds of the youth, especially those of the Israelites. This is why the youth now are just so far gone and disrespectful at the highest degree and unruly because of the type of music they've been brainwashed with over the last 30-something years.
Not to quote that folly, but I hate to quote the nigga, but he said, Bloods, Crips on the same side with the essays together. Now it's time to rob and mob. And he said to break the white man off something lovely. I don't love them and they don't love me. And that was true, what he said. But, you know, we don't go to extreme. You know, we don't get bats and bricks and loot stores and shit, you know, trying to take down the white man. But the white man is being destroyed with this word, all right? By the word of the Most High, everything is everything. We were taken down.
Let me stop it right there, and I'm going to go to Thessalonians 2:8. And it reads, "And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and destroy with the brightness of his coming." So this is like what we're doing is we're throwing that jab. We're constantly keeping that jab of truth in the face, in the mouth, and on the chin of Esau through these videos, through these epistles, through us going out on the highways and byways making these video epistles, bringing out the scriptures and bringing out the history that matches up with the scriptures, proving who the Israelites really are. All right? If you actually read the scriptures and read the prophecies, the scriptures, without even using relics, the scriptures would tell you a story, you know, that the people in the land of Israel are not the people of the Lord. And that the people who are proclaiming themselves to be Christians are not the Christians. If you actually are really reading the book, it's self-explanatory. All right, but then again, the books were closed, and that understanding wasn't given until the awakening of the Israelites.
All right, by the word of the Most High, He said it will happen to us. All right, the salt of the earth. All right, the apple of His eye. And it's going to happen again. And it's going to happen to the Edomites this time. Because our rulership is here. You got that? What you got, the Daniel?
Oh, yeah.
You got a lot of them.
Yeah, I got a lot.
Right.
This is Daniel chapter 7, verse 18. "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever," man.
They're not going to sit down on the table and negotiate from it. And spiritually, that has begun. That has begun. Let me read a precept to go with the one he just read. All right, that's in Isaiah 60, and I'm going to start at verse 12. It says, "For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yeah, those nations shall be utterly wasted. The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious," because the Lord says that the earth is his footstool. Okay? Verse 14, "The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that despise thee shall bow themselves at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of Yahweh, the Zion, the Holy One of Israel." So we're gonna take the kingdom, man. And all the other nations are going to bow down. And the beginning stages of that is already in place with the truth coming out. That's the first phase.
And how we rule in righteousness forever. Salakia, how do you rule forever in ruling in righteousness, man? We're coming back to righteousness, man. Justice and judgment, man. All right? Being of a sound mind, we coming back we coming back being gods, man.
Hey, look. If the so-called white man, all right, if the so-called white man was the Jews and the people and the children of God, it wouldn't be no wickedness on this earth, and they'd reign forever and ever.
That's right.
Why is that dollar crashing? Why is there women looking at the black man? Hey, why is it niggas and spiggers standing on the corners of the street cursing this man out to his face, telling him he the devil, exposing him for everything, he can't do a goddamn thing about it?
We know you got to go to Wisdom of Solomon. Those of you who know are already there. All right? That's how you know we're a body. You are already there, man. And FYI, for my scoffers that are watching, Max Stanky and Weebies Canes, or you was fags and you still are, this is for you. This is Wisdom of Solomon, 5 and 1. And it says, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. And when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for." All right? And these Edomites are very, very nervous. That's why they come on the comment boards with all the little wisecracks and insults and trying to put up fabricated history we've already exposed to be lies. Easily. All right. Now I got one of them they're trying to discredit the ancient historians that I brought that I use. You know, now they're attacking David McRitchie. These guys are pathetic, man.
Why is the Arabs, the Chinese, the Iranians, all right, the Russians, and all the other nations rising up against this man and he can't do shit about it? Because he ain't set up to reign forever and ever, like the scripture said. Yep. And just precepting with the brother Kapatas, I just said, this is Proverbs 29:2. Damn. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. The whole earth mourning. You got octopuses that's X'd out on pills.
Yep.
You got sea turtles. Yep. All right? You got wildfires.
Sea turtles with herpes, man. And different diseases like that. How the hell does that all this happen under the watch and under the rulership of the so-called white man? Barrier reefs dead. And you know what was the main thing that killed them? Sunblock. Because you Edomites are cursed. You cannot go into the sun. And you by the millions go to the Caribbeans and go to all these tropical places. You're the main ones there outside of the natives that live there. All right, and you go there and you get in the water with all that sunblock on you and you kill the sea life from putting, you know, Yahweh knows how many thousands of tons of SP 50 and 30 you've put into the water, and it's poisoned the barrier reefs and killed all the beautiful tropical fish and their life, man. You people are just a plague. You're a cancer. You're just a disease that destroy everything. And now the Lord is going to wipe you clean, man. This is Ezekiel 28 and 25. And it reads, Thus saith Yahweh power, when I shall have gathered the house of Israel from the people, from among the people whom they are scattered, they shall be sanctified in thy sight of the heathen. Then they shall dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob, and they shall dwell in safety. Key and applicable word, safety. Therein they shall build houses and plant vineyards. Yeah, they shall dwell in confidence when I have executed judgments upon all those that despise them round about, and they shall know that I am the Yahweh their power. And the impostor Jewish people in the land of Israel, the Israelis, they do not live in safety and they do not live in confidence. They are a welfare state dependent on America. And right now we're giving them about $7,000 a minute. A minute. And if the average American knew that, they would lose their damn mind, man. You all right? America is broke and dying, and yet you're giving, I think it was normally 6 billion yearly in welfare to them. Those are your welfare recipients that are breaking your country. That's why your factories are shutting down and you're losing all your jobs. 38 billion going over there to them. So they can't be the people of the Lord, because it didn't say that they would depend on man. The Lord will sustain and put them in a position of power. And those people need military and the Iron Dome and everything else to protect them, man. Why? Because they're not set up by the Lord. They're the ones who were set up from the left-hand side, and then they're about to be brought down.
Don't be no damn. Hey, the only damn wildfire is gonna happen is when America getting smoked forever and ever. All right, in the kingdom of heaven.
Yep. And
all right.
You got pedophiles.
You're right. Running rampant.
You got sodomy everywhere, man. All right. You ain't even got fresh air, man.
So that's the people are mourning, man. Everything is mourning. Even the Edomites are mourning.
Yep.
That's why they be happy. Me and his brother was just having a conversation about how Edomites at work clean to us, man.
Yep.
You know, how they look up to us, man.
Yep.
They want to have sex with us, man.
Yep.
You know, and every time I'd never had sex with an Edomite woman, I just sit back and laugh, man. And I ask them, man, I fuck with their head a little bit. I be like, why y'all like niggas, man?
You're right.
I wait till I get it. Then I get fucking with them. Why y'all like niggas?
Yep.
It's like, because it's just the way we feel around them. You know, they more confident. The white woman, I'm laying there in the bed, I'm listening to the bitch. Mm-hmm. The black men are more confident. You know, they hold you. Or when you walking in the street, even if it's a motherfucker who couldn't fight, like, you would never know that. They got a different face. Like, they don't let other men talk to you. Yep. Here it is when you with a white man, like, you don't feel protected. And I'd be sitting back and I'd be like, that's the kingdom change. And I done had other heathens, male heathens, man. Yep. They'd just be like, hey, man, you know, we want to be you. Mm-hmm. You know, we want to be, and me meaning us. I know what they mean. Because they know the power. They know where the power went, man.
Yep.
I got one real quick. Okay. This is Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches gotten by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So,
and now that he said there's a good time to bring out this precept. This is Ezekiel 36 and 5. And it reads, Therefore thus saith Yahweh, power surely in the fire of thy jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which is the Greek way of saying Edom. Which the fact that a Greek word is put into the Old Testament, which was written in Hebrew, is evidence of the so-called white man trying to, yet again, trying to hide his identity. You know, and remember that terminology, white, was something that they subscribed to themselves in 1681 in Virginia. All right, and then it spread worldwide. Prior to 1681, there is no legal document anywhere in the world, anywhere in history, where they were referred to as white people. There was a section of society that was referred to as white. That was a newly created thing, so that they could control the narrative and line it up with the fabricated iconoclasm of the Renaissance period. All right, but it says, I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession with all the joy of their heart with despiteful minds. So Ezekiel prophesied that the land of Israel would be appointed into the hand of Idumea. So you go through the centuries and through time. When did that prophecy come to pass? In 1947. And it was planned, I believe, in 1917 with the Balfour Declaration, but they actually implemented the act in 1947. The Edomites, all right, and according to Jewish records and Jewish encyclopedias, there's at least 5 or 6 that I have information from that clearly tell you that modern day Jewry is Edom. That they're the Edomites. Modern day Jewry is Edom. And then all of a sudden you get to 2018 and now they're the people. Benjamin Netanyahu, not a Jew, is going on television saying that, talking about covenants made 5,000 years ago. That wasn't made with your people. All right? Verse 6, prophesy therefore, Salakia, I got to finish that. It said, which have appointed my land into their possession with all the joy of their hearts, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So they casted the real people out for a prey, man. I'm going to jump down to verse 7. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh power, I have lifted up my hand, surely the heathen that are about you, they shall bear their shame. So now and it's a shame now because it's being brought out and they're being exposed and they're mad and they're angry. And that's why these Edomites and you KKK Aryans, you're not even the real Aryans were so-called Indians, East Indians, all right? But you KKK militia type WASP, that's another made-up term, okay? You are no different from the Israeli fake Jews. You are all Edomites, the same people.
That don't sound like, all right, y'all ruling forever and ever. All right, it's the so-called white man with the Jews and the people of God. That couldn't be true because they didn't take that land of Israel. They got the land of Israel via the Balfour Declaration. So they can't be the saints. The scripture said the saints of the Most High going to take the kingdom and they're going to rule it forever and ever. So when this kingdom is turned upside down, pursuing the 2nd Ezra, the 4th chapter and the 28th verse, that's when the Israelites are right in that land where they were put to shame. Matter of fact, you got that one?
Yep, this is Zephaniah 2 and
my man.
Zephaniah 2 and 1.
He sharp with the scripture.
Gather yourselves together. Yeah, gather together, O nation not desired.
Now, who is that? Who at the bottom of the barrel? Who working in your kitchens? Who's sleeping on the train? All right, who in the ghettos? The blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Who's on the reservations? All right, who getting picked off at the border? All right, coming into their own.
Now that he said that, who getting picked off at the border? This is Deuteronomy 28 and 52, the curses. You read from 15 to 68, and you match those curses up with different sections of the population of the world. You're gonna find that only one people match these curses, and it is clearly not the Jewish population. It's the Negro, Latino, and Native American. But this is Deuteronomy 28:52. He shall besiege thee at thy gates, and until thy high fence walls come down, wherein thou trusted, throughout all the land, and he shall besiege thee and all the gates throughout all the land, and Yahweh thy power have given thee. So the Lord, it was their land in the first place. You put a fence up on that land, and now you putting a mark where they can't cross. Verse Deuteronomy 28:44. All right. It reads, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. All right. So so Israeli Jews and so-called white men, who are all Edomites, they own all the banks. They're lending. The scriptures clearly says that the Jews would not be in a position where they can lend to anyone. I rest my case.
When the Israelites who don't own shit in their community but spend the most money, the biggest borrowers and the smallest lenders, the Israelites, man. We got a nation that's undesirable. We're the undesirables, man.
Yep.
Pick us for the bullshit job. Go ahead.
It says, I was gonna go to that 3 and I'm gonna just go to that 3 and 19.
Come on.
Zephaniah 3 and 19. It says, behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. Talking about the Israelites. It says, and that proves that's us. We got driven out our land.
And then he keeps reading. It says he's going to give us fame in those places, man. All right? And we're infamous, but yet famous at the same time. So with that, I hope this was an edifying lesson. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashem Nabashai Ba'ashem Rakwak Wadash Wa Abba Babal.